Ever wonder why people walk all over you? It's not bad luck. You're unknowingly teaching them to. This is the biggest secret weapon used by all the people you secretly fear, respect, or admire. In the next minutes, I'm revealing 4 powerful secrets that can change the way people treat you. First, we'll start by exploring a mindset that is giving permission to others to disrespect you. Then, we'll dive into a pattern you might not even realize you're stuck in, which makes you seem smaller and submissive. Next, we'll look at how letting certain behaviors slide could be turning you into a doormat without you even noticing. Finally, we'll expose how you're losing respect while thinking you're making the right move. I know you're thinking maybe you feel like change is impossible for you, like you're stuck in the same cycle no matter what. But here's the truth. This isn't just another video with recycled advice. These shifts are clear, undeniable, and once you see them, you won't be able to unsee them. They stick because they reveal exactly why you've been stuck. So with that being said, I have experienced all the points that I am listing, so I am not speaking from just research. This is actual experience, and I'm going to put them in a tier list from the least valuable to the most valuable. Let's begin, shall we? Silent approval. When you stay silent in the face of disrespect, your brain starts to accept it. When someone interrupts you, talks over you, or dismisses your opinions, you don't say anything because you don't want to cause conflict. Over time, they keep doing it, and you start believing that speaking up isn't worth it. Your brain adapts to what you allow. If you ignore small acts of disrespect, your mind normalizes them. Science backs this up. Neuroplasticity shows that your brain rewires itself based on repeated behaviors. If you allow people to interrupt you, dismiss you, or treat you unfairly, your brain stops recognizing it as a problem. Before you know it, standing up for yourself feels unnatural because you've trained yourself to tolerate it. You can see this in real life. The quiet employee who never speaks up gets overlooked. The person who never sets boundaries in a relationship ends up feeling unheard. The friend who always lets others make the decisions eventually fades into the background. It's not just how others treat you, it's how your brain rewires itself to accept that treatment. So if you keep letting things slide, you're not just allowing disrespect, you're training your brain to expect it. So how do you deal with it? You need to start speaking up immediately when someone disrespects you. Don't let it slide. For example, if someone interrupts you, say something like, "I wasn't finished," or "Please let me finish my thought." This might seem basic, but this will make it clear that you expect to be heard, which is a huge impact. Another important step is to set clear boundaries. Let people know what behavior you won't tolerate by saying, "I expect to be treated with respect, and I won't engage in a conversation where that's not happening." Lastly, stay consistent. Every time you call out disrespect, you teach others how to treat you. I understand you might feel hesitant about speaking up, but here's the thing. Speaking up doesn't mean being rude. If you're worried about coming off as confrontational, just remember, you can set boundaries without aggression. Simply showing respect for yourself and others will start to do the same. I know you might also be worried about losing relationships or making things awkward, but if someone disrespects you, that relationship isn't built on mutual respect anyway, and that's something everyone needs. It's never too late to start setting boundaries, and even if it feels awkward at first. But here's the thing, even though you're speaking up, there might still be something that's making you look weak and submissive without you even realizing it. The next secret? Let me break it down for you. Sorry syndrome. Over-apologizing makes you seem weak and unimportant, and it causes others to take you less seriously. In real life, apologizing often happens in everyday conversations or situations, or even for things that aren't your fault, like someone else's mistake. This can happen in both personal and professional settings, where you try to smooth over situations or avoid conflict by saying sorry, even when it's unnecessary. This happens because we've been taught to be polite and accommodating, but apologizing can stem from a lack of self-confidence or fear of being judged. It can also be a way of avoiding confrontation or wanting to maintain peace. People tend to treat you the way you treat yourself, and if you're constantly apologizing, they'll perceive you as less confident and less authoritative. Research shows that constantly apologizing can actually damage your self-image and how others perceive you. Studies have found that when people over-apologize, they often come across as insecure or lacking confidence. In professional settings, over-apologizing can make you seem unsure of yourself, which might lead others to overlook your ideas or dismiss your authority. Think about it. When you apologize too much, you're signaling that you don't believe your presence or actions are important. The more you put yourself down, the less seriously others will take you. And when you stop apologizing for things that aren't your fault, you'll notice that people start respecting you more. This isn't just theory. It's something you can see play out in your own interaction. Instead of apologizing for every little thing, start owning your space and your actions. If you haven't done anything wrong, there's no need to say sorry. Instead of apologizing, try acknowledging the situation or expressing your thoughts confidently. For example, instead of saying, "I'm sorry for asking this," you can say, "I have a question," or simply state your opinion without self-doubt. Recognize your value and trust that you deserve respect. By reducing unnecessary apologies, you'll not only feel more confident, but others will also begin to see you as someone who commands respect. It's time to stop shrinking yourself and start standing tall. People these days use 1,000 sorries in one sentence. Trust me, you are better than this. You might be thinking, but apologizing is just being polite. Or, if I stop saying sorry, won't people think I'm rude? The truth is, being respectful doesn't mean constantly apologizing. There's a difference between taking responsibility for a mistake and apologizing just to avoid discomfort. When you over-apologize, people don't see you as polite. They see you as unsure of yourself. Instead, try replacing unnecessary sorries with confident statements. You can still be kind and considerate without making yourself seem smaller. Respect isn't about apologizing for existing. If you are still here, you've already know how to start breaking free from the habit of over-apologizing. But here's the thing. There's another silent trap that can undo all that progress. It's something that makes people dismiss you, overlook you, and take advantage of your kindness without a second thought. And the worst part? You might be doing it right now without realizing it. Let's talk about it. Doormat mode. Every time you let someone laugh at you, dismiss you, or walk all over you, you're silently showing them that your voice doesn't matter. Have you ever noticed how some people get talked over constantly while others command attention effortlessly? If you let people interrupt you, dismiss your opinions, or take advantage of your time, you're sending a clear message. Your words, presence, and boundaries don't matter. And once they believe that, it only gets worse. It's not just a moment, it's a habit. Maybe you don't struggle with this, or maybe you do without realizing it. Either way, life is unpredictable, and this insight could help you when you least expect it. Think back. Have you ever had an idea laughed at like it was a joke? Been mocked in front of others while you just stood there, unsure if you should fight back? Or found yourself constantly doing favors for people who never return the effort? Over time, these moments add up, teaching others that they can ignore, belittle, or take advantage of you without consequences. Listen, people treat you based on the standards you set. If you never push back, they assume it's fine. If you always say yes, they expect it. It's not always malicious. People take the easiest path. But when this keeps happening, you start feeling unheard, unimportant, and even resentful. Worst of all, it damages your confidence, making it even harder to stand up for yourself. Now, think about the people you admire. Leaders, confident friends, even your favorite speakers. Do they let others mock or walk over them? Number studies show that people naturally respect those who assert themselves. The more you tolerate being ignored, the more it happens. Psychologists call this self-reinforcing behavior. Your brain starts believing you're less important, and so does everyone else. You need to show people that your voice matters. The next time someone disrespects you, whether by cutting you off, mocking your ideas, or dismissing you outright, don't shrink back. Pause, hold your ground, and make it clear you're not backing down. If someone keeps interrupting, look them dead in the eye and say, "I wasn't finished." Then, continue speaking without hesitation. You might think, "I don't want to seem rude," but standing up for yourself isn't aggression, it's self-respect. Stay firm, not loud. If someone keeps disrespecting you, say, "You keep interrupting me. If this continues, we're done talking." If they don't stop, walk away. That's not rude, that's a boundary. Most importantly, don't invest your emotions in negativity. Don't get loud. Don't get angry. Just command. People push your buttons on purpose, hoping to make you react. The more emotional you get, the more they enjoy it. But when you stay calm and assertive, they lose that power. Now, people are beginning to respect you more. But here's the thing. It's not just about speaking up. It's about showing up as your true self. If you're constantly adjusting who you are just to fit in, you might be falling into an even bigger trap. Let's talk about it. Chameleon trap. Trying to change who you are to fit in actually lowers the respect people have for you. In real life, the chameleon trap can happen in social situations, at work, or even in relationships. You might feel pressured to act or speak in ways that aren't true to who you are because you want to fit in, gain approval, or avoid conflict. For example, you might downplay your opinions to align with the group or adopt a style or behavior that isn't authentic just to be accepted. This could happen at a party, in a meeting, or even online. This happens because, as social creatures, we all want to feel accepted and like we belong. It's natural to crave approval and avoid being left out. However, when you change who you are to meet someone else's expectations, you're telling the world that you don't don't value yourself enough to stand by your own identity. Over time, this can lead to a loss of both self-respect and respect from others. People are drawn to authenticity. When you're real, you attract those who respect you for who you truly are, not for who you're pretending to be. And believe me, pretending is exhausting. I still get frustrated when I think back to all the times I pretended to be someone I wasn't, even as a child. Why did I carry that burden? Trust me, you don't want to go down that road. It's incredibly freeing to stop pretending and just be yourself. Studies show that people are more likely to respect and trust those who are authentic. Research from the University of Authenticity, 2019, found that individuals who present themselves genuinely build stronger, more trusting relationships. When you constantly change to please others, it creates a disconnect, and people sense that you're not being real. You've probably felt it. When you try to fit in, it doesn't feel right. It might seem like acceptance, but deep down, you know it's not the true you. People respect authenticity, not a version you've molded to fit in. When you stay true to yourself, you attract respect from those who value you for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. I guess you have no choice but to be authentic. You must start embracing who you truly are without feeling the need to adjust for anyone else. Don't be afraid to speak up, share your opinions, and stand by your values. This is where your true power lies. When you stop pretending and just own who you are. Worried that being yourself might cost you friends or opportunities? If you have to change to fit in, those connections aren't truly for you. When you're authentic, you attract the right people and opportunities, and those who don't stick around, they were never meant to. True confidence and real connections come from authenticity. So stop blending in. Stand out. Your real tribe is waiting. You know what? You can fix these problems without using all these secrets. It's like a cheat code, and I'll give it to you in text form at the end of the video. But that does not mean the secrets are not important. Look, I know how exhausting it is to keep quiet when you're disrespected, to shrink yourself just to avoid conflict. And I know that deep down, you don't want that. You don't have to change who you are to be accepted. The more you try to fit in, the more you lose yourself and the respect you deserve. Real respect doesn't come from pleasing everyone. It comes from setting boundaries, speaking up, and standing firm in who you are. Sometimes you gotta be selfish. I know it's hard. I know the fear of rejection is real, but you are worth so much more than how people have been treating you. You don't have to keep proving your worth to those who refuse to see it. You deserve to take up space, to be heard, and to be valued exactly as you are. And I promise you, when you stop apologizing, stop shrinking, and start showing up as your real self, everything changes. The right people will respect you. The right opportunities will come. And most importantly, you'll start respecting yourself in a way you never have before. This is just the beginning. I know the journey ahead won't always be easy, but you are stronger than you think. Keep going. You've got this. I'm here to serve, encourage, and support you, offering all the information you need as a brother. Take care and keep striving for your best self. Even if it's difficult, rise anyway.